Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Before we get started, I wanted to go ahead and say a huge thank you to every single one of you that has gone and shown all of the love and support and compassion that you have over on the Twitch. We actually woke up to hitting partner this morning, which, for those of you that don't know, is a huge accomplishment for streamers, and it's something that a lot of them really want, myself included. This is a huge milestone for me, and I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to go check out the Twitch, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it'll be linked down below. I would greatly appreciate it. If not, no problem. This video is going to be something I haven't done one of these in a bit, where, as a lot of you know, Magik is not a character that is super duper easy to play whenever behind. She, prefers to be in kind of an area where she's able to stomp and get ahead and then start winning just really, really hard. Snowballing, she's very big feast or famine, meaning like when she's losing, she feels really, really bad. But when she's winning, she feels unstoppable, like one of the best characters in the game, which is true, because she is one, right? This is a game that we ended up having a really, really shaky start, and I kind of wanted to go over it because I don't get games like these very often where we're playing okay and solid on the back foot, and then we're also just dominating and playing incredibly well on the front foot, right? It's very, very, very good. We actually played pretty crappy here on this first area. I think I missed, like, everything for the most part. Already off the start, I really like this position here on this left room because I either like taking this one or holding this one on the right. Personally, the left one feels a little bit more safe just because we do have the comfort of this health pack, right? Which is a very, very, very big tool. And then we also have an escape route up here, which is really, really good for diving as well if we are able to like come up here and then play around that. As you can see, kind of just trying to get as close to the hell as we can, so that way whenever we hit her, we can land the dash as easy as possible. I actually whiff incredibly bad by overcompensating here. And she also birds, so I'm not sure that we would have even hit it anyway. We end up going back into this room. Very, very important that we're playing cover to cover whenever they do have like hella things like Groot that can wall us off as well. Kind of doing the same thing. Same thing happens where I end up overcompensating and I end up not getting anything done for it. This is a very, 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 very dumb decision. I have no idea why I actually did this, considering my cooldowns. We'd already used the portal. There's not a whole lot else that we can do in this situation. If you go ahead and just hold tab, we can see that two of our teammates are dead, both of them being support. So there's no play to be had here. It's already a dead play. Best case scenario, as we back up, dying quickly is definitely a nice thing, because even if we get the kill, it won't really impact much because their spawn's here, right? Their spawn is so close, so it's not really a big situation for us to win anything in. It's one of those things where we call it, where we play a game called, like, Where's the Team, Where Are We? And as you can see, where we were was away from the team. They're in Narnia, and I'm in Iceland, right? There's not really a whole lot that I can do here. And as we said, even if I were to get a kill, they just push out without my interference anyway. Like, even if I did kill something, it's best that we die really, really fast if we are going to die at all, just because then we're back on the same timer as the supports that had also just fallen. Right here, the Strange ends up portaling, which is very, very nice. Could have maybe dropped a demon on the wall. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's definitely it's still very solid. It's decent enough damage, because it's damage per second, you know? Okay, and we're kind of trying to contest here, but this is a really, really awkward hold. The Groot is walled off our Luna, so we're just kind of fighting a 2v6. Big kill on the Luna, just making sure that we're using the dash to finish people off rather than engage the entire time, because you can actually get in really, really hairy situations if you don't have the... Okay, very, very big. We'll go ahead and take a look at it again. Very, very nice kill. We're kind of just playing the team. We see them end up diving, and now we're helping them out as best we can. Magik is very good at building up ultimate. It's very, very solid with the demon, especially because, and it's very hard to notice as well on that note. Just because you don't really see the value that you're getting out of the demon just for, getting your Dark Child off cooldown, because it charges up based on how much damage you do, right? And your demon does damage per second. It's very, very solid at it, 72 damage per second, and it can hit multiple people as well. So if you just dump it in the middle of a team fight, you're getting your ultimate fairly often, especially after the ultimate changes. A lot of people say that, well, after the demon nerf, it doesn't really change anything. They're just wrong. It's not true. They changed the demon, sure, but you do more damage with your basic attack now as well, so that damage was unchanged. She just still does dumps damage over and over and over again while keeping the high survivability. Okay, annoying ass wall, but it's okay. No problem. We're kind of just playing on the edge of this fight. This is an okay ultimate timer. They end up popping the Hela ult. Not a whole lot that we got done with that, which is rather unfortunate. Probably saving it a little bit longer would have been good. Especially considering we didn't really finish anything on the Luna Snow. Right now, brawling with the Thor is okay here, because if he misses a lot, then we actually do get a lot more sustain. As he gets for, like, pressing the ability, but you know, it doesn't really matter if he doesn't hit us. He's not doing enough damage, and the return on the shielding is not as big as ours, since we keep ours going as long as we're doing consistent damage, you know? Again, as we can see, we're just playing on the outskirts. Notice how we're ducking in and out of, like, cover, like, over and over and over again, see? Like, we see the ultimate, but we're not afraid to just, like, take these rooms, play around the health packs. Don't expect your healer to just, like, pocket you the entire time, right? Especially whenever we're playing so aggressive like this. We want our healer to be safe so that we can heal the majority. I want this Magneto to be healed by Rocket, more so than myself be healed by Rocket, because I'm faster than Magneto, and I can get around the map a little bit more, and I have the sustain with things like our passive, which is very, very large for us. While Rocket doesn't have a lot of healing, he can heal multiple people at once, sure, but I don't want the Rocket to follow me in this room if I get low. You know, he should be helping the tank or the other healer if present, or another DPS that doesn't have a lot of mobility. Okay, dumping as much damage as possible. Big kill. We're playing very, very well around our team, especially considering how bad we got rolled. Get a little bit of a one-tap and then run out. Not bad. And already we're at 54% for an ultimate, and we didn't even fight that much other than, like, hitting the Thor just a second ago, you know? Here's a good situation to show. Like, being very careful whenever you're playing these dive characters and always coming from, like, somewhat of an off angle, rather than pushing, like, attacking from this main stretch. We're here on this top part. Now we have a lot of different ideas that we could float, like going up here on top, and then dropping down below as we try, and then we just try to poke and get some ult charge, because there's not really a play to be had here, especially because we know Thor is off spawn. And Thor being off spawn, that character is a straight up bully, as a lot of you remember. He's very, very strong, and like whenever you're diving, he's very, very good at peeling for his supports and his damages that are going to be sitting on the backline. So it's a very bad idea, especially whenever they have things like Luna Freeze, Hela Stun. Very, very easy to combo these two together. The pull, if we get caught out, is very, very dangerous. But rather than engaging with the dash, we dash out, which is a huge thing. Actually, you're going to get more value in the long run by doing it this way and using it a little bit more conservatively. Don't just throw out these giant dashes that you have, the big knock-up swing, because you can end up putting yourself in harm's way a lot more often than not. I actually think there's times in this game where I end up doing it. It's just a really, really bad habit to get into. Can't stress it enough. Combos are really nice, and they're really flashy, and they feel super good to hit, but if you hone in on those combos too much, 9 times out of 10, whenever we go over other people, like viewers' videos, and we're doing coaching or anything like that, we're watching people in platinum and below. A lot of times they're entering with the big dash, they're dying for it, and then they're going, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't kill anything on this character. I feel like I can't ever get any value. Oftentimes, more than not, you'll find that going in with a portal or just straight up walking behind somebody that doesn't see you is way better than just dashing. Just straight up is. Much of the time. Honestly, a lot of the time, unless I know that it's a 1v1, I'll just save the dash unless I need it, and I'll portal in. Like right there, making sure that we have 2 portals at the end and just going for the dash whenever he's low. It's better to use it for a secure kill rather than a gamble of a kill. We're trying to play as passive as we possibly can. They have a very, very big lockdown comp. Playing around Groot is very important. As a lot of you know, Groot is definitely easily the best character in the game right now for tank. This character's dumb. His ultimate is crazy. It combos with literally everything in the game. His damage is insane. Good Groot players will box you in. You will not be able to go. You really need to play very passive and conservatively with the understanding that if I get walled, I need to have an exit strategy, which is why we're holding the dash a little bit, because if you have the dash, the big knockup, for those of you on PC, I think it's bound to shift normally, you can dash up and away from the walls. Otherwise, you're stuck behind and you're as good as dead because you don't have the survivability of a tank, because you're still just at 250 HP if you're not getting damage. Okay, again, we're just dashing out. We're preparing to demon or a Dark Child here. Huge ultimate.
I am ready to put on a show.
How we didn't get hit by that Groot is wild, by the way. So, although they did ult, it's very, very important that we kind of look at it from a perspective of, like, what did we gain versus what did we lose, right? We lost a Magic ult, but they lost a 12-second invincibility for their entire team out of it that we have a chance to kill if we're, have a really good angle for it, because Magik, as you all know, can one-shot any support ult in the game. She just can if she times it well enough, which is really, really good. But we actually don't end up having a good timer because we weren't expecting her to ult. I actually didn't know she had it, but although she did, let's like consider the ultimates on a point scale, right? So if we're gonna say Magic's ultimate is like a 7, and Luna Snow's is like a 10 easily, like Luna Snow best ult in the game, right? This is a really good trade because it's a transaction where we're giving $7, but we're getting back 10, right? It's a huge thing. Every play that you do is considered a transaction, and whenever you have a mindset like that, what am I gaining versus what am I losing? It's not that bad. It does suck that she ults here, but at the same time, it could have been worse, right? She could have held it and then we could have died, or she, couldn't have popped it at all and we didn't kill anybody like what happened last time. This is a really, really good transaction for us to have, and we still end up getting a big kill on the Thor, which is great. Again, we're entering with the portals rather than straight up dashing. Look at how much more value we're getting, and when we see that we're close enough, then we dash in. We'll go ahead and just take a rewind. Look at how we're just portaling and rather than dashing. There's no sense in using a needless cooldown. We actually could have gotten out here had we dashed backward instead of going forward, because Groot just turns around and we end up dying for it, which is okay. We ended up still getting both supports. It's a very, very big trade for us. Again, looking at it transaction-wise, we pushed when we saw our tanks were moving, and once we did that, it's very, very important that we just capitalize as much as we can. The enemy team ends up swapping to their own Magik pick. We're doing okay, nothing flashy. 10-2, 5 final hits. Our damage is pretty good, all things considered, compared to the rest of the lobby. Damage isn't exactly a metric of like how good you're doing, but it is a good like indicator of like how many ults do I have this game, right? Huge Magik diff, what can we say? We're just better. Okay, and again, we portal in, and what do we still have in our back pocket? The dash. We tried to confirm the kill on the Thor, we ended up getting him anyway. And again, portal in, still have a portal in our pocket, making sure that we always have something. Root is low, now we can knock him up. Placing another demon down. We're getting a little overzealous. That's okay. Again, dash out rather than in. Huge. We end up saving. You die way less whenever you play like this. It's just very, very helpful. You'll have bad games. There will be harder comps. But, Hell is not exactly a good matchup for Magik. It's a very, very rough one. We ended up making our swap. They're running Groot Strange. Not the best. Groot kind of creams us at times, but we're doing okay. Okay, they end up ulting. It's a very, very, very big situation for us. Now we can just dash out, collect our armor, and now we have our own ult. And this is a really, really good time to do it because we know that they do not have the cloak ult up anymore. They do have the invis ult, but again, if we make them use another ultimate, we still have 3 in our back pocket, or we have 2 rather after we pop ours. So this is actually a really unfortunate thing. We hear the ultimate and we're actually ready for it this time, but we end up not charging the right click enough. If I charge the right click a little longer, she actually does die here, which sucks really, really bad, because we actually could have turned this around and just straight up won this fight with a big diff. But then we end up not being able to, and we get ulted for it. Very, very unfortunate. It happens. Really, really good idea to go for that there because, why not? She's right in front of us. It's very, very easy to hit in that situation. So, definitely could have gone worse. It's unfortunate. We almost closed it out very, very easily. But we're, gotta make it work with what we have, right? Whenever you see Groot playing like this, by the way, Magik in general doesn't want to go through that door unless people are, like, just pushing through it because then she can demon get a lot of damage and a lot of shielding and a lot of ult. You never ever want to push through this, especially like on dive characters like Magik, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Wolverine. You like these big doors that people are just gonna look at. Very, very bad idea. Always give yourself the best opportunity to do everything that you possibly can. If we go this way, we can still leave. We can still go in if we see our Magneto is fine. It's a very good opportunity to contest cart. It's pretty much untouchable, right? It's a very, very, very easy way to get into the site. And if we play well, then this could turn into a big play. Unfortunately, we don't play well. We actually fumble. We fumble the bag a little bit. Totally fine. They ended up backing off for whatever reason. they still know we're there, but they didn't really attempt to, you know, come chase us down or anything like that. Okay. Huge demon. We get a big demon right there. Kind of sucks that we end up getting strange ulted here. This was a really good positioning marker for us because we just get a lot of value out of the demons if we're able to place them. But we got rocket res, which is a huge thing. Rockets are a very good character to pair with Magik for that reason. If you overextend a little bit, then you can get res. Also, the healing orbs track. Okay. This is a really big situation to just like, I really want to like hone in on this. Let's look at how much, look at the bottom right of the screen, right? Let's look at how much ult charge we have at the start of this interaction, right? So we started with 50. Now we're at 60. That was a second. Hardly, right? Huge. Let's put the demon down. 70, 72, 73, 74, 75, 78%. 79, 82, 88, 89, 90. Oh, what is this? We're at Darkchild. We were at 50% at the start of this fight, and the fight was 3 seconds long. Now we're at Darkchild again. We just gained 50% ult charge in 3 seconds, all because of the demon and us using a melee attack. It's dumb. You get it so often. Big kill. So kind of what we were talking about again. This wasn't on the Cloak and Dagger, but the Invisible Woman, as you can see, is in the ult. If Cloak and Dagger was here, we one-shot Cloak and Dagger here, right? Very important. All you have to do is fully charge your projectile for Magik and then use the dash right after throwing it, so that way you impact at the same time. You'll kill any support ult in the game as long as they have 275 HP or less. So every support, right? So it's a very big tech that you probably are going to want to know to get a lot of value out of this character. Because if you actually do end up landing it, the amount of value that you get is literally endless. It's so good. You can turn a fight. We ended up dying, which sucks, but, you know, if things had gone a little bit differently, you know, it could have been a huge play for us. Okay. Off to the next area. I was kind of already still in the headspace of, like, maybe this game is over. We're playing pretty solid, all things considered. You know, we're keeping in line with the rest of the lobby's damage dealers, which is very nice. They just have a very good momentum comp with Strange Groot. Groot is really hard to stop, as a lot of you know. It's very rough. The supports that they have are a little bit safer than ours, since we do have only 2, and we have Rocket as one of them. They have Rocket as well, but they have 2 other support ults to kind of counteract that. I think we died through this. Yeah, we do. Strange E is so gross. That pop does so much damage. Okay, kind of the same thing. Just trying to get as much damage as we possibly can. Playing in this room is good because the group follows us. Then we're just going to be able to demon them, get a lot of damage, and we'll be okay. We still have the option of running up top to go get the health pack if we absolutely need it. Okay, now our team is back. It's very important that we wait on them. We do engage that time as we saw the group was a bit overextended. Again, we just got ulted by Strange for the nth time. It's okay, though. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oops. We'll back up a little bit. Okay, huge demon value. A lot of ult charge here. With the melee, but we ended up getting another primary fire. Not bad. Magik ults. I think this interaction goes on for a long time. It's so hard to kill Magik in a roll if you don't have a stun. She actually comes over here to 1v1. Does not end up killing us, thankfully. But now, we know that she's gone. This is a perfect setup. They don't have any ults on the board. Huge damage all around. Even if we don't kill anything, we're just dumping hella DPS as much as we possibly can. Big kill. Nasty. Very good. And that's the round. Not bad. We ended off with 12 final hits, MVP. 23,000 damage is very decent. Can't complain about that at all. 6 deaths, so we're not dying that much. You know, we're dying less than their Magik, which is very good. We have 2 more final hits than them. Very nice. Not bad at all. Our tanks are definitely cooking as well. They're about relative to their tanks as well, though. As you can see, they're at 10 and 9. We're at 6 and 8 for our tanks. And then our Spider-Man's doing decent. Not bad. Very nice first round, especially considering the momentum that we lost there on the first, like, push and a half that they had for the first 2 points, right? So off the start, I hate going through main as this character. I always like going on the left side. Going on the left is very solid because you're out of sight. If they do have something, which they do, like a Hela, it's very, very nice to be able to just move over into the left and not have to worry about getting just sniped across the map the entire game, right? Because Hela can two-tap you. You don't want that. It's very, very bad. You want to play the game as much as you possibly can. That's what we're here for. So going into this left room, I really enjoy it because we have a lot of opportunity to kind of wrap around the pillar over here. If one of the supports gets caught out, we're able to one-shot them if things go well. Playing around this, hugging it. If that did not hit the shield and that stupid-ass shield wasn't there, by the way, we would have killed her. Unfortunate, but it happens. Okay, this shelf is a really, really good area for us to play on. Our Spider-Man ended up getting a kill on the Howla, which is good. They ended up using the rocket res early. Now we're just kind of looking at the strain. She's so alone here. Building up as much ult charge as we possibly can, already at 31%. Okay, we're just playing it out. Playing around the cart, making sure we use the natural cover to our advantage as best as possible while we wait on our cooldowns. Okay, right here, the thought process is we need to break something, and we need to get rid of their backline. Magik's job is to help, especially help whenever there's Spider-Man Venom, because we work really well with them. We need to help them go in and disrupt the people on the backline. We want to make sure that the healers are not able to just cast on the tanks over and over and over again for free. So it's a really, really good way to kind of push them off and make sure that they're not just getting infinite value out of this, right? And we're getting a lot of damage for it as well. We're getting a lot of ult charge. Okay, we choose to 1v1 with the Hela. This awesome Groot wall here is for natural cover, and then she loses interest for one reason or another. Okay, we do dash in just so we can get back in the fray. Can't really receive the kill. We do have the amplifier, which is great, and Magik ended up falling. She gets rezzed. That's okay, though. We have an ultimate on the way, and they only have a rocket. We know that they don't have another support ult after this one. And now it's just damage time, straight up. We get a kill. It was a good ult, but we didn't really take into account the fact that the Groot wall was behind us, which kind of sucked. But our team ended up being able to roll off of it, which is good. You know, our pick wasn't for nothing. You know, our ult wasn't complete zero. Definitely salvageable, not bad. We take those. With a lot more time to spare than I thought we were going to have. I actually thought we were going to have a really rough push here at the start. Magik dies. They end up just straight up not contesting for one reason or another. Oh no, they do. Barely. Gotta make sure that we can break through so we can help the Luna as much as we can. We're in the fight, but we have our Luna ult and they don't have a support ult. Okay, 1v1 of the sentry. The portal closes, it's okay. You know that scene in Invincible where Mark is like fighting Angstrom and they go into the desert? Or, well, I shouldn't have said that. Well, that's season 2, I'm pretty sure, actually. No, we're chilling. It's very, very cool. That's kind of what it felt like. I won't go into any more of what happens during that fight, though. I completely just forgot. It's okay, though. Not bad. Ended up having a really, really good first push. Not bad. We definitely have a lot of time here. We can work around it. We have a lot of flex time, so we can kind of, you know, float some plays, do some risky stuff, because we have plenty of time, and we're playing for a win or a lose. We're not really playing for OT, like a second or a third round. I can't believe I missed that window, dude. I'm washed. For those of you curious about the rank, this one is a Celestial 1 lobby, so not low elo. Pretty decent. Okay, running backward, putting the demon down on the Magik. Making sure that we're just building up as much damage as we can, helping our supports whenever we need to. This is a really, really weird angle. Remember how we talked about earlier where they were just kind of not pushing in very much, right? Or like where we didn't want to go through this door. This is kind of the same concept here. As you can see, like we have a thing and we have a Magik. So if they come through here, the thing just kind of puts a tremor down on the floor, and then we can put a demon down and we're fine, right? It's kind of rough for them. Like right now, they're super split. This is a huge thing for us to counter with, or a combo with. Big kill. Just reactionarily using it. Our team didn't really calm much this game. It was just me and my duo, who is the rocket player, which is very nice. But overall, super duper good look from the thing. He saw that there were 5 people, immediately ulted, no hesitation, which is great. So, in kind, we have to follow up. We can't just leave him hanging, you know? I didn't even realize that the spectating thing has animations at the top for like if somebody gets stunned or confused or frozen. It's kind of cool.
I like the cold. I am ready to put
Hey,
on
Luna
a
ends up
show.
ulting. Right here, when they're ulting, the biggest thing to understand, right, is that odds are that they're not really going to get a lot of ult percentage on the other supports. Invisible Woman's going to get hers no matter what. She said 2% away, right? But like Luna obviously can't charge any more ultimate, and Rocket's not really going to get a lot of healing because Luna heals so damn fast. So doing as much damage as we possibly can to build our own ultimate is this when you want to do it, because you know if they're not going to die, sure, but we're going to get a lot of ult charge, and as you can see, we just went from like 15% to 45 in like a second. Stupid gap. Like, look at this. 60%. Again, just doing as much damage as we can. Look at how much we're getting. I don't know why they're not looking at me here. We're playing around the cart, and they're missing, just in general. Dash out. Look at that. One fight, man. We're at 100% already. We just used an ult. We just used an ult. Okay, things ends up ulting. Again, really, really good look for us. Walking past the ult. And end up just getting both the supports. Really huge. They should only have... Yeah, they have 3 people on site. One of them's a magical, and it's a 4-on-3. And we end up having our tanks. So our sustain is definitely a little bit better compared to theirs. Magic ends up dying, and we push through. Very, very solid. Right now, we have 235 on our next push before we're able to actually get in there and, you know, break through. So, again, we have a lot of time to work with. Very, very flexible amount of time. And we're on a steamroll right now. We turned a losing match into a super big win, which is always a good thing. Creating a lot of pressure, making sure that we're staying alive as much as we possibly can. We end up not being able to get our kill. Very, very important. When a dive goes bad, rather than overextending, whether you get the kill or you don't get the kill, if you use your cooldowns, you need to leave ASAP, because there's not really much else you can do after the fact. It's very important that you play your life as much as you possibly can. Doing something like this is good because whether it's Spider-Man, like after you use the uppercut, what else do you have? Black Panther, after you use your spears, you know, and you've dashed twice and they're still full HP, it's time to go. Same thing with characters like Star-Lord, you know, if you don't have any, well, he's a little different, that character's broken. But, you know, it's just very, very important. Same thing with Namor. If you're diving on Namor, playing like a flank Namor, and you don't have any squids, what's the point of you being there anymore, right? Same concept on Magik. We used the dash, didn't go well, let's just leave. You know, we'll try again in a second. Biggest thing, especially when there's time like this, there's always another attempt. Right there, we didn't end up dashing out. It was a really big throw on our part. Sucks to suck. Okay, portaling in, make sure that we're holding the dash as much as we can. Try to get it right there so we can knock the Groot in the air, just hold him in place. Could have been better, but... Again, dashing out. Go back in with the portal, play on this ledge, building as much ult charge as we can. Same concept as earlier. Now we have our own support ult. We can just dump damage, not have to worry about anything. Just hold our cooldowns, do as much damage as we possibly can, build our ult charge, and we'll be okay. Catch the Mantis out. Very, very good. Always look to kill the supports whenever the tanks move forward. And that should just be the game. We help the Venom out as much as we can. Very, very huge. Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot that they did this, actually. Counting my chickens before they hatch, you know? It's okay, though. We have the amplifier. Really, really solid. We're going to do a lot of damage. Punching the Groot. Do they see 9 here? Yeah, they do. Very, very big. Not a bad game. And that's the match. We ended up having 23 final hits. 44 and 8. Very, very nice stats. 41,000 damage is very large for Magik. Love to see it. You know, we were hitting the tanks a lot to build ult, but whenever the supports were caught out, we were going in on the supports, making sure that we were doing as much damage, playing off of our tanks as much as we possibly could. Venom dropping a 53 and 4. Oof. Damn. Very, very nice. Very good cohesive team play, making sure that we're always there to help them. We came back whenever we needed to help the supports. Whenever they had their own Magik, Magik ended up being 26 and 19. Definitely didn't do bad. Just didn't have nearly as much impact, unfortunately, for her. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and go follow Twitch if you haven't already. Go join the Discord if that's something you're interested in. We have a lot of people that are super lovely, and I love you just as much as I love them. I'll see you guys next time. Later. See ya. Love ya. Bye.